And welcome back to Holistic Healthline, your direct line to great health. And this is a great day. You know why? Because we have a guest that is really awesome, Jeff Owen, we just love this guy. For more than 25 years, has been actively involved in the natural products industry and has been privileged to have worked for a number of leading natural industry product suppliers in different capacities during that time. Currently, he is an executive at Enzymedica and brings his extensive knowledge about some specific enzyme formulas that can have a major impact on your health. And today, in particular, we want to discuss, things that affect your liver and your gallbladder, because everybody's falling apart as far as their liver and digestive tract functions. Hi, Jeff.
Jane, Peter, good morning. It is such a pleasure to be on your show with your great New England listeners. And let me just say, I know that the people in New England are still in the afterglow of a historic Boston Red Sox season. I can tell you that Tommy at marketing at Enzymedica is still in a 30-day state of mourning. He's a diehard Yankee fan, and I'm hoping in the next 2 weeks he'll finally be able to get over it.
We don't mention it too much, Jeff. We have a New York affiliate, so we take it easy on them.
But they're one of the best rivals, and it's always so much fun with the Yankees and Red Sox rivalry. So it's all good fun.
Absolutely.
So, Jeff, there are various enzymes formulas out there, and a lot of times you'll see these combination formulas, which are really great. But at Enzymedica, your company also produces very specific formulas that have significant reach on people's health. Can we talk about a couple of them today?
For sure. I know that in particular, as you said, with Enzymedica, in terms of looking at the science of enzymes, enzyme science, we know that people in the population often have specific enzyme deficiencies that could be affecting their overall health. And it's interesting, Jane and Peter, I remember when I first got into the natural products industry, some close to 30 years ago, when I first worked on the retail side, there was this whole avalanche of products entering the market, food products that were, quote-unquote, fat-free. And I always make a joke that when fat-free products came into the market, Americans got fatter, and you started to see more blood sugar and insulin resistance issues. Now, in the present day, people are learning more and more about the critical importance of fats and fat-soluble nutrients to overall good health and a good diet. But often, when people are making the transition to a diet that maybe is more low carbohydrate, so-called keto diets, paleo diets, it could put a lot of stress on your digestive organs, specifically your liver, your gallbladder, and your pancreas. And Enzymedica has a product that is truly, it's one of my personal favorites, called Lipo Gold. And this is a product that could really help individuals optimize their fat digestion. As I just mentioned, Jane and Peter, a moment ago, when you think about the critical nutrients, micronutrients that are fat-soluble in nature, such as vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin K, coenzyme Q10, vitamin E, and then, of course, macronutrients such as polyunsaturated fatty acids, the so-called omega-3s that are found in fish oils or fatty fish. These nutrients are critically important to our metabolism, to hormonal balance, helping keep inflammation at bay. But for many people, because of the nature of their digestive system, they may have great difficulty digesting and absorbing these fats. And one of the obvious ways that people sometimes can tell if they are having fat malabsorption issues is when they go to the bathroom and they see their stool and it appears greasy or yellowish, almost like like a jaundice type of a look. And this is interesting. I could tell you that as you grow up and you learn from your parents about what your life was like, when you were an infant or a small child. I actually was born jaundiced, so I've always been challenged with liver gallbladder issues. So this formula, Lipo Gold, is one that's designed to relieve discomfort associated with digestion of fatty foods, and it's actually scientifically been proven in lab studies to digest 3 times more fat than the original formula that Enzymedica came out with a few years ago. So if you don't mind, I'll get into some of the benefits and the science associated with this product.
Sure.
As you just mentioned, and please stop me, on any time if you have any questions here.
We will. Don't worry.
Okay. Very good. Very good.
We're listening eagerly.
Mm-hmm. What I was going to say is, in terms of digestive support, our bodies naturally produce digestive enzymes that work to break down food into nutrients the body can absorb and utilize. Now, in particular, there is an enzyme called lipase that your pancreas produces. And this particular enzyme is essential for digesting fats. And if you're an individual that doesn't have enough lipase, that could really cause your body to be compromised in terms of breaking down fat content. And that, again, could cause occasional digestive discomforts, such as bloating, gas, and you could also see it with leaky, like I said, greasy stools, those type of abdominal and general abdominal discomfort. So this particular product, the Lipo Gold, provides a high-potency lipase blend to promote quick and efficient fat digestion. And it also does have other enzymes, because here's the other thing, of course. We know that people don't exclusively just eat fat when they're eating a meal. You're, generally speaking, also eating some protein and carbohydrates, I would hope. You're not just eating like butter as a meal, pure fat. So in addition to having the lipase enzyme that the pancreas naturally produces, it also provides enzymes for carbohydrate and protein digestion. And in terms of the nutrient absorption that this product can provide, by aiding the digestive system, the enzyme supplementation provided by Lipo Gold can take the stress off the gallbladder. Now, one of the things, Peter and Jane, that I never realized, and you're probably going to laugh about this because you're going, ha, Jeff, of course we know about this. We talk to patients every single day. But I didn't know until I had worked for Enzymedica that over 600,000 people in the United States have gallbladder operations. They have their gallbladder removed.
Sure.
And that's just extraordinary, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it I think comes back to over generations, our diets have changed dramatically.
There's no question, Peter. I was having this conversation with my brother, and recently, we're talking just about what you just said. That in terms of evolutionary maladaptation, the amount of refined carbohydrates that are now in the human diet, the American diet, the so-called standard American or SAD diet, as we call it, is unprecedented. And there's no way that, in terms of our genomes, and the way our digestive system has been structured, via our evolution, that we can cope with this excess amount of refined carbohydrates. So it's no wonder that our digestive organs become inevitably stressed. I mean, as it is, no surprise, as we get older, as we age, our enzyme capacity naturally diminishes with age. And then, of course, unlike our prehistoric ancestors, we're not eating every single meal raw foods. Although eventually, of course, we discovered fire and we started to cook food. But we cook our foods, and obviously when foods are cooked, you also lose the natural enzymes that are in vegetables or even in meat. So it becomes even more incumbent on your innate digestive organs to break down foods. But over time, because of the extra stress you're putting on your digestive organs, because of the fact you're not getting enzymes necessarily from food, well, digestive problems will inevitably result. Bloating, gas, abdominal discomfort, and and I am increasingly convinced, Jane and Peter, working for Enzymedica, as I have now for close to 2 years, that the genesis, if you will, the origin of people's problems in terms of their health are digestive in nature, or digestive in origin, whether it's inflammation, mood issues, mood regulation issues, hormonal issues, just general energy, because that's another thing that I didn't fully appreciate until working for Enzymedica. When you have poor digestive issues, so much metabolic energy is devoted to digestion. In other words, like when the brain is working with the gut, and we know now that the brain is the proverbial second brain of our body, excuse me, they have a synergistic relationship. The brain and the gut are going to do everything possible to break down food, because ultimately food has to be broken down into food components. That's how a body takes in food as nutrients in a food component basis.
Yeah.
But if food is undigested, then of course it causes all kinds of problems. It puts extra stress on the body. It could lead to gut inflammation, again, bloating. It can affect obviously stool consistency, And another thing we also understand is that it can also promote poor peristalsis, the ability of food to move through the digestive tract in a proper fashion.
And with putting all this stress on the digestive system, in particular, you start seeing problems with the pancreas function, problems with the liver function, problem with the gallbladder aiding the digestion, and this potentially can lead to diabetes, heart disease, elevated cholesterol levels. And so by, again, adding the lipo gold into your diet can be essential to helping support these aspects of the digestive tract that are so in need of help, particularly with so many people are taking the acid inhibitors, which is shutting down the digestive tract's ability to function. Jeff, we got to take a quick break, and when we get back, I also want to talk about a supplement called berberine, because, again, I think it ties into this whole, issue that's going on with the digestive tract and these conditions that are going on, again, particularly high cholesterol, diabetes, and other health concerns. So we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Holistic Healthline. We'll be back in a moment with Jeff Owen from Enzymedica. And welcome back to Holistic Healthline, your direct line to great health. And our guest is Jeff Owen from Enzymedica, and we're talking about how certain types of nutrients, in particular enzymes, can be beneficial. Before we go to the berberine, though, I just want to quickly mention that the lipo gold not only can be taken with a meal, but can also be taken between meals to help with weight loss, to burn fats better, to lower the cholesterol levels in the bloodstream. So that's something for people, particularly with cardiac concerns, cardiac health, should keep in mind. Jeff, berberine.
Great point, Shane.
Berberine, what is it and what does it do for us?
Jane, just before I came on, I heard you talking to a customer saying that often customers take so many supplements that probably overdo it and often don't even know why. We're going to talk about berberine, and what's so compelling about this alkaloid is its diverse benefits. Berberine is an alkaloid, and just so people know, every day people are drinking an alkaloid called caffeine. Alkaloids are very, very powerful compounds. They work very quickly metabolically in the body. And berberine is an alkaloid that's found in many plants, mostly found in plants or herbs such as golden seal, barberry seeds, which is what Enzymedica uses, Oregon grape, and gold thread. And these plants have been shown to have a long history of use in supporting our health in a variety of ways. In the case of berberine has been shown to help in particular with blood sugar metabolism. So it has aspects for helping improve glucose utilization, helping as well with immune and metabolic support. And in terms of the science that surrounds berberine, it's been extensively studied in clinical trials for positively influencing regular blood sugar, as you mentioned, Jane, just a moment ago, lipids, and even hypertension. And in fact, most recently, the Journal of Ethnopharmacology, they published a very detailed review of 27 clinical studies with berberine, and it provided clear insight into its safety and efficacy. So one of the things that people could use berberine for is as a potential weight loss aid. And the reason why it could help with weight management is that it helps activate a critical enzyme called AMPK, something you may have talked about with your audience, that is critically important for cardiac metabolism and also helping your body more efficiently use glucose, because that obviously is a huge issue in our society, is impaired glucose tolerance and insulin resistance. And in fact, in one study, there were 37 men and women who had metabolic syndrome. They were given 300 milligrams of berberine, and they took this 3 times per day for 3 months. And the results of the study were that their body mass index levels dropped from 31.5 to 27.4, which is quite significant. And in another study, 500 milligrams of berberine 3 times a day were given, and it caused an average of a loss of 5 pounds of weight over a 12-week period, which is not insignificant. So there is good clinical efficacy surrounding berberine. And the other thing that I think is truly compelling about berberine is that it could promote a healthy microbiome. In fact, Dr. Michael Murray, the Enzymedica's chief science officer, was talking about the fact that berberine actually helps feed the bifidobacteria in the colon, and it can even be used as a quote-unquote conventional antibiotic to help ward off certain forms of putrefactive bacteria, such as E. coli and Listeria and Streptococcus. So that's just amazing when you think about the fact that, foodborne illnesses we know are so commonplace in our society, and people do a lot of business traveling. This is something that people, if you're traveling, if you eat out a lot, which I know I don't recommend, but often people have no choice. Berberine is something really, really good to take. So it can help promote a healthy microbiome. It could balance your intestinal function. It supports cardiovascular health, and it can also maintain a healthy blood sugar balance. And it's interesting. It has very similar aspects to a medication, if you will, that I suspect many of your patients may be taking, called metformin or glucophage. Although Dr. Michael Murray feels that berberine's benefits and in safety exceeds even metformin, because I know for some people metformin could cause problems with the gut in terms of bowel issues. What berberine doesn't do that. And in the case of Enzymedica's berberine formula, we get it from barberry seeds, which is a more sustainable source than using the plant or root from like goldenrod or from golden seal, which could destroy the plant or herb. And then, of course, when it comes to any company, understanding the science of how a product could be better utilized in the body, increasing its bioavailability, what we do with our berberine formula is we enteric-coat the capsules. And this is designed specifically and intentionally to prevent what's called self-aggregation and formation of berberine crystals that could reduce the absorption. So this particular formula that we offer, the Berberine 500, it uses a targeted delivery capsule to prevent the breakdown of the capsule and early release of the berberine in the stomach. So this type of capsule, in other words, is recommended for proper berberine supplementation, and that's critically important. Because in an acidic environment, berberine has a tendency to bind with other berberine molecules that could form insoluble complexes that don't always get well absorbed. So in plain English, what that means is it helps promote better absorption than perhaps other berberine products on the market.
And I
think the takeaway here, Jane and Peter, is that its benefits are so diverse.
And I think that's what it comes back to, both with enzymes and the berberine. We sometimes vilify food. Fats are bad, sugars are bad.
Exactly.
And it's not necessarily that they're bad, it's how we use them, how we absorb them, how we break them down. And that's what these products are about.
And I think particularly with insulin resistance is a huge issue in this country because of the amount of carbohydrates and the lack of diet, exercise.
You know what, Jane and Peter, I remember when I first, and I would dare say you probably have had her as a guest on your show over the years. One of the books I remember that really, really influenced me was a book called Fats That Heal, Fats That Kill by Dr. Mary Enig, Ph.D., and she talked about the fact that this notion that quote-unquote fats in and of itself are bad is just absurd, that we need to differentiate, between fats that are critically important to human health, as we discussed in the last half hour, the critical micronutrients, vitamins A, D, E, K, coenzyme Q10, and then, the fact that we need healthy oils in our diet, the polyphenols that you get from olive oil, those monounsaturated fats, eating, healthy foods like avocado, fatty fish, and avoiding, like you said, the vegetable oils, the foods that are overloaded with omega-6, or even worse, the corn oils that we should be avoiding, or the trans fats. So we need to make that differentiation. And but fats are critically important. And in fact, it's counterintuitive. But when you incorporate good, healthy fats in your diet, you actually improve your insulin metabolism and also help improve your lipid blood fat profile. And again, enzymes could be the X factor in helping your body digest and absorb these nutrients and get the optimal benefit of getting as much nutrition as you can into your body.
Jeff, we're almost out of time. So I just want to quickly the take-home message, I think, for a lot of people. I see the Lipo Gold and the berberine. For those people who are having difficulty losing those extra pounds, they exercise. They've cut back on all their foods. They're doing everything right, but they can't seem to lose those extra pounds. Or people who, again, their cholesterol, they're having difficulty managing that. That the combination of doing the berberine and the Lipo Gold from Enzymedica is a great combination to help get to that goal that they're trying to do, either cardiovascular, blood sugar, or again, just plain overall weight loss for those people who are having trouble managing that. Jeff, is there a website or place that people can go to get more information?
Absolutely, Jane and Peter. For those who want to learn more about Enzymedica and about enzymes, you can visit our website at www.enzymedica.com. You could sign up and get our free newsletter from Dr. Michael Murray, our Chief Science Officer. You could download blogs and podcasts and better inform yourself about the critical role that enzymes can play in digestion and also for overall immunity, because we have a whole line of metabolic enzymes, and that could be a subject of a future broadcast. So I welcome your listeners to visit our website and be better informed about the powerful role that enzymes can play in optimizing your health.
I want to thank you so much. Is there a telephone number people can call?
Absolutely. The number that people can call to Enzymedica is 941-505-5655. I know we're in the process. It's kind of funny. We don't have an 800 number at the moment, but we're getting that set up. But again, that number is 941-505-5655. We're actually based in Venice, Florida.
Well, thank you so much, Jeff. Appreciate you coming on. Hope to talk to you again soon.
Jane, Peter, it's amazing how quickly a half hour can go. Thank you so much for having me as a guest.
Thanks, my friend. Take care.
You too.